we're going to talk about one Canadian music icon to another, because our first story is about Drake, and he is trending not because of his music, though, because of what appeared to be a leaked sex tape. I know, it's juicy. So apparently this alleged sex tape was leaked on X, formerly Twitter. This is just a week after a crude deep fake of Taylor Swift came out. You remember that was last week? But the reaction, though, this time around, it's actually really different. A lot of the conversation online is flattering. Some say, this is great publicity, Drake. Even Drake himself reportedly responded with 8 laughing emojis, which is a far cry from what we heard last week, which was an outcry of like these fake AIs with Taylor Swift. So Alan, listen, if tomorrow there was a leaked sex tape of Alan Doyle on X, what kind of reaction do you think you would have and maybe we would have?
Well, when I'm on my private jet, I don't think it's a radical difference between, when anything private gets made public, it's difficult. It's almost always difficult. Like, and it doesn't matter if you're Drake, or if you're Taylor Swift, or if you're someone else, it's like that's always difficult. And how people respond to it is a personal thing. And I think, as for his response to it, like, I'm not sure what choice he had. The poor guy. I feel bad for him. I really do. And but I got a feeling he'll bounce back.
So what about the public response, though? Because the public response when it's a male leaked tape is always like, yeah, good on you, nice one, buddy, looking good. And it's a woman, and it is slut-shaming, and it is how dare you, and her sometimes careers are ruined. She is shamed and humiliated. So it's not even about a personal reaction, but the public reacts differently if it's a woman or a man.
Yeah, it is, and I think that starts at a very young age, those kind of ways we imprint, body image stuff with guys and gals, and I think how we treat each other is even a little, is troubling. And I totally, I feel for both of them. I really do. I feel for the, it's more difficult than ever, to be in the public eye, and I really, they'll both have, their challenges, and like anybody who's trying to live, with a camera in your face as much as they have, or a camera anywhere else for that matter. But it's, I do feel bad for them, and I think, and I hope they deal with it as best they can, and I think Drake will be fine.
I think this is interesting. I love your take on it, and you're making me think about my take on it as a woman, because my response was the opposite, because this isn't new. We've seen this before with many other men. The Game, Usher, who'll be performing at the halftime show during the Super Bowl, and Jamie Foxx and Chris Brown, and all of these men are having great careers, and it's not affecting them, and I can't help but think, if these were women who were doing this, would they still be performing at the halftime at the Super Bowl? Would they still have all those opportunities? And I feel like, honestly, I don't think they would have those same opportunities. Also, all of these men have something in common. Everybody seems to be very well endowed. And I think that's also what's helping them, because if these were men with smaller members, we know that the reaction, people would not be gagging and laughing and loving it. They would be like embarrassed, and it'd be memes and insults. So I think there's something to this. And I feel like Drake is so good about keeping his private life. Like, we know about his music, we know about a couple girlfriends, but really and truly, we don't know about his day-to-day. He's very good in his circles, very good about keeping things to themselves. So when I saw this, I kind of felt like, did he put this out there? Because he is a single man with a strong female fan base, and I kind of went, like, he knows that this is working in his favor. Gay and straight fans are loving this. So a little part of me, the pessimistic part of me, was like, well, of course, we've seen this before, and you're letting everybody see it because it all works in your favor.
I mean, there are examples of it working in someone's favor who's female, which is Kim Kardashian, Paris Hilton. We've seen people, and I think it depends on your brand, in a way, in this world today. And I think your point is well taken, in the sense of, like, we don't know actually behind closed doors how Drake is feeling. Because, again, if the way that we set up sort of men and women, he kind of has no other choice but to show up publicly and be like, oh, yeah, make the jokes back and forth. Because if he was to say, I'm deeply, deeply upset about this, I have a son, I have a family, this is going to get out there, that would show a sort of vulnerability. And I would love if that's the truth, if that's the way he feels. But, I mean, the truth is though, that there still is this sexist imbalance, right? Like, he can more easily utilize this as a kind of flex.
My mind went immediately to Janet Jackson when you mentioned we talked about the Super Bowl and stuff.
Yes, and that was it. They wrote her off, and they tried to ruin her career. Meanwhile, there's a picture out there on the internet of Usher, and he's doing the halftime show, and no one's talking about that.
Hey there, what did you think? Drop your comments below and join the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can find more on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. See you soon.